All right, hello?
We're back, I think.
Okay. There we go. I guess the apocalypse is coming now because we were talking about Doctor Who.
That's it. It says, wait a minute, stay on point.
Yeah. So, I have just a couple more questions, actually,
Sure.
from a Twitter follower and a Facebook person. So, one person wanted to know how you first, got involved with Joss Whedon, and wanted to know if it had anything to do with your both of your interest in musical theater.
The musical theater part of the question is very interesting. I don't know how much Joss knew about my career prior to Buffy. The way my introduction to Joss was the way everyone gets introduced to that kind of stuff, which is the audition. I auditioned twice, actually, for Buffy. The first time was for the principal that was before Armin.
Principal Fruity.
Yes. And I think what was so funny about it, there's one episode in Buffy where Buffy and the mayor meet for the first time, and it's in the cafeteria, and out in the hallway there's a bust of that principal. And I thought, well, that's really funny, because here I am walking through this thing, passing a role that I might have gotten.
Well, it ended up much better, though.
Early on, it worked
Mayor's
out great.
way more memorable, and
yeah, it worked out great. But meeting Joss was through Buffy the first time, through the audition, and all that stuff. But that's very interesting. I never asked him about that, about the musical part of it, because I've had an extensive musical career in New York and other places as well, and that would be interesting. He might have known. He might have, because they do their research on actors and all that, so he might have known. But we never really talked about him. But I know he's very into musicals. He's also into Shakespeare. Did you happen to see the Much Ado that he did?
I did.
He did a movie of Much Ado about nothing.
Yes, that's really good. Everybody at Whedonopolis was all excited.
Yeah, and you know that he does those readings at his house.
Oh.
He has actors, and they come in and they read a Shakespeare play every now and then. I think that's really kind of cool.
That is.
Yeah, I love that. I love that he does that. So he's really into that as well.
And then one silly question from Twitter is, do you miss eating Californian students?
Yes, I do. There's something very sweet and tender about California students as opposed to East Coast students. They're a little harder, a little more bitter.
The cold weather,
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Yes. Yes, yeah, I know. No, that was actually a fun. The last episode was actually quite fun. Shooting the graduation scene, because it was a night shoot, and what I thought was funny is that we had to get it all done because we were actually shooting in a high school. It was actually a working high school, and the students were going to come, and we had to do the last shot, and the sun was starting to come up, and everybody was scrambling to get everything loaded up and out so the students could come at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whenever they were going to start their classes. And it seemed as if all the vampires had to get underground before the sun came up. Everybody was scrambling. I said, this is just like we have to get into our coffins. Everybody has to get into their coffins before the sun comes up. I thought that was a very interesting thing. That was fun to do. I liked that one. And I got to eat Armin.
Right.
He is a tasty little morsel.
Well, that's all the questions I have, and
sure.
I wanted to thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me.
Oh, you're very, very welcome, Chelsea. Thank you for taking the time to do the interview.